just decided that since I'm gonna start vlogging and I decided to put it up on YouTube, I should post a kind of, this is the beginning, this is why I'm doing it kind of video, especially because I haven't quite yet figured out what I want my first video to be, so this is kind of the high introduction one, and then I'll start really thinking about it. But I am trying to record the changes in visible things, so I thought that vlogging would be a good thing, as far as keeping track of face changes, voice changes, that kind of stuff, because I've decided that I'm going to stop talking myself into reasons to put this off and start talking myself into reasons to do it now. The biggest one being that I've really recently started to notice my uncomfortability in not going for transitions. So, stop making excuses, start doing it. My plan for life. And after a couple of nights ago talking to a friend about their desire to actually document how and when and where I transition, as far as the things that I pick to do and don't do, and how I get to where I'm going and pick where I'm going, it really kind of dawned on me that I wanted to have some documentation of that myself, because as much as I know I'll be privy to their documentation, I think that a little bit more rough or raw or just personally motivated documentation seems like a good idea. So this is my introduction. I'm currently working on trying to document a lot, both trying to post videos a lot and just the idea of keeping personal notes of what I'm doing, so that is always fun. And actually right now I'm trying to piece together sort of the commonly asked questions to genderqueer and trans people, and just write out a list of what all of the questions are and write out what my answer is currently, because I've noticed between a few months ago and now my answers to the same questions that have come up several times have changed, and I kind of want to document that, like every 2 or 3 months, go back and re-answer those questions to see if I'm still feeling in the same way. So yeah, I guess I'm kind of going for the, if there's anybody out there watching and they wanted to help me with this, I would really appreciate hearing sort of the commonly asked questions or things you've always wondered, sort of the two polarities of maybe you're somebody that's watching transition videos for the first time and there's something you want to know the answer to. I'm pretty much an open book, so I'm willing to answer your question, and then it'll help me in being able to document my answer now versus my answer later. And I guess questions that really come up that seem like big ones, if I do find my answers changing, maybe I'll post the new answers in a vlog, that kind of thing, just to really kind of point out to everybody how my opinions have been changing, because I'd hate to keep that to myself if there is someone out there that really cares to know how my opinions are changing on these different questions. But I guess, so there's the end of just really pressing questions that you've been looking for someone to answer, that you don't personally have a way to answer, or you felt uncomfortable in some way approaching someone with the question. This is kind of a little less personal, so it's a little easier to say something that might be offensive, because I'm just some strange person from out of state that is openly admitting to their transition and kind of putting themselves on the chopping block to be spewed at. That being said, I don't want to hear anything rude. Please just don't be rude. I mean, I'm talking about something that, as much as I'm willing to be open, is pretty big and personal, and rudeness just isn't necessary. Okay, so we've got the new people and the questioning and the interested and the whatever. But then also, if anybody that has also vlogged or hasn't vlogged but has gone through the transition can help me out with questions they were asked a lot before, questions they're asked a lot now, anywhere on the spectrum of things. Just, I really want to get a good range of commonly asked questions about identification and um, how other people view you, how you view yourself, all those fun questions that can be a total pain in the ass to answer, but I'd really like to have my sincere answers documented somewhere and watch how they change as, I guess I'd say, my comfortability with where I'm headed changes, and even not just being comfortable with it, but I've just noticed that the farther into it I get, the more support I feel like I have, the more I feel like I can let myself let loose and think genuinely versus think safely. Because unfortunately, as a lot of us know, safety is a really big issue for anybody going through the transition. So, guess that's about all I got. I know I just rambled a lot, but hopefully people will watch this and help me out, and maybe even subscribe and get to watch me do this crazy thing that I've decided it's time to do with my life. Yeah, so post any questions you have about my process to get here, or where I think here is. It'd really help me out, and I'd love to answer it, because, well, I like talking, and I just really think that I need to get more comfortable talking about myself, especially in reference to my queerdom. So yeah, thanks. That's it. Till next time.